Jamie, as you all probably remember, and I taught the community education class on using your iPhone and your iPad. Today I decided to do a little recap of some of the information that we learned so that you can follow up with some of the new things that changed with the iOS 7 update, for those of you that took the course before the update. And for those of you that took it after, this can just be a good little review for you for things that you might have learned. So please join me in looking at the physical iPad at first. I quickly want to go over the buttons again one more time. So here on the top, you have the sleep button. That's at the very top. It makes the screen go black when you touch it. And if you hold it, it will power off your iPad or your iPhone. It's at the same place on both devices. Here on the other side of the top, you have the audio jack. That's where you plug in your headphones if you want to listen to music. Here on the side, you have this little button right here, the slider button, and it can either mute your iPad or your iPhone, or it can lock the orientation depending on what you tell it to do, and I'll show you how to do that in a later tutorial. Below the slider button, you have the volume up button and the volume down button, up and down. The last button on the iPad, the one that you'll use probably the most, is the button right here on the front screen, and that's the home button. So first of all, I kind of want to walk you through the very beginnings of learning to use your iPad, and I think the first thing you're going to want to do is get online. So how do you get online? That's in the settings. So please join me in looking at the settings. When you very first open up your settings browser, this is what it looks like with iOS 7. It's very colorful and it's really nice. It's got a clean layout, and you can browse through different things just by holding your hand across the left hand side and scrolling up and down. The right hand panel is where you'll find more in depth about the thing that you've selected on the left hand panel. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Wi-Fi. So if you click on Wi-Fi, you will see all the available networks that you can choose to be connected to. So you can see right now my Wi-Fi is turned on because of that slider, and it's green, so it lets me know it's turned on. It also lets me know that right now I'm connected to Neil-PC_network, and 3 of 3 bars are highlighted. That lets me know I have full strength right now. You can see that I could also choose to be connected to 3 other networks, or I can search for others. I'm going to stay on Neil's PC so you don't get disconnected from my screen, but if I were moving locations in my house, I might choose different networks based on where the strength was best. I have this button right here clicked on, and it says ask to join networks. That means when I'm out in public, like at a Panera, it'll do a little pop-up and say, Panera has free Wi-Fi, or Panera has Wi-Fi, do you want to join their network? Well, yeah, I want to join their network, and I want to use their data and not mine. So I leave that checked. That's a preference. If you don't want to leave that checked, you don't have to. Now let's scroll on over back here at the settings, and we'll quickly mention airplane mode. Airplane mode is what you would turn on your iPad or your cell phone on when you were on a plane. So it turns off all the connectivity, and basically you could use your iPad or your iPhone as a music player, or watch movies or things that are downloaded on your device, but it doesn't connect you to the outside world. So we've already went over Wi-Fi, and I'm just going to kind of go down this list. The next one on the list is Bluetooth. And Bluetooth is used when you want to connect your device wirelessly to some other device. For example, you might want to use a Bluetooth keyboard or a Bluetooth speaker, or you could Bluetooth connect yourself to other iPads and steal their internet or use their internet. I use mine with a keyboard a lot. I also use it with a Bluetooth speaker. If you want to keep that on, that's fine. I recommend turning it off when you're not using it to save yourself some battery. So I'm going to turn it off. As you can see, I just turned that off by clicking the slider, and it's that simple to turn on and off these things. The next one is cellular data, and cellular data is enabled on your devices if you purchased an iPad that had cellular data. And you would know you probably paid around $100 to $150 extra for the cellular data to be built into the device. It has a lot of importance if you travel and you like to use your iPad as a GPS, or if your phone isn't reliable, or it can act as a second phone, and we'll do future tutorials about how to do things like that. But for the purpose of this, I recommend to leave your cellular data off when you're at home or until you really need it. That way you don't charge yourself or get extra overage fees and charged for that use. If you do have cellular data, you have another option called personal hotspot. I can't click on it because my cellular data is turned off, but when I turn my cellular data on, you can see that I can click on the personal hotspot, and therefore I can share my cellular data with others. We'll do a whole in-depth tutorial about that, but for this beginning session, I just wanted to introduce you to those key things and the settings to get you up and running with your iPad really quickly. So thank you all for watching. Please take more classes at the Barron County Board of Education. Talk to Marcus and sign yourself up for some more. There are tons of cool classes where you can learn about a plethora of different things. I look forward to seeing you all in future videos and hopefully in future classes. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.